Imagine you're immersed in an activity so deeply that the world around you seems to fade away. Time either stretches out or compresses, you can't tell which. There's a harmonious rhythm to your actions, a sense of being part of something larger. This isn't just any ordinary moment. This is when you've slipped into what psychologists call the flow state, a moment of intense focus, productivity, and creativity. But how do you reach this state? Is it a random occurrence, or can you cultivate it? And why does it seem that when you stop trying so hard, it just happens? Let me share with you a personal story that might resonate with you. A few years ago, I found myself overwhelmed with the hustle of daily life. My to-do list was endless, and the pressure to perform was crushing. Despite my best efforts, I felt like I was constantly falling short. Then, one day, while working on a project I was deeply passionate about, something shifted. I forgot about the ticking clock, the buzzing notifications on my phone, and the weight of expectations. I was simply there, fully present and deeply engaged in what I was doing. Hours passed like minutes, and by the end of it, I had accomplished more than I had in weeks. This was my first conscious experience of the flow state. This experience led me to explore deeper into this phenomenon. I discovered that what I had experienced had a name, and more importantly, it was something that I could tap into again. It wasn't just a fluke. This revelation was the beginning of a journey that fundamentally changed how I approach work, creativity, and life itself. Now, let's delve into the heart of our discussion today. Our main argument revolves around a concept that, while ancient, is extraordinarily relevant in our modern world. Effortless action, or Wu Wei, in Eastern philosophy, and the flow state in modern psychology are deeply interconnected and are essential for self-development. Wu Wei, a term that originates from Taoism and Confucianism, literally translates to non-doing or non-action. But this translation can be misleading. Wu Wei doesn't mean to do nothing. It means to align with the natural flow of life, to act effortlessly in harmony with the natural order of the world. In modern psychology, this aligns closely with the concept of the flow state, described by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. He defines flow as a state of complete immersion and absorption in what one is doing, characterized by a perfect balance between the challenge of the task and one's skills. Both concepts, though emerging from different cultural and historical contexts, point towards a similar truth, that there is immense power in aligning oneself with the natural course of things, in finding that sweet spot where actions don't feel forced, and where you're at your most effective and fulfilled. This state of being is not just beneficial, it's transformative. It's where creativity blossoms, where productivity soars, and more importantly, where we find a profound sense of satisfaction and happiness. So, why does this matter to us? In a world that often glorifies the hustle, the grind, and the constant striving for more, understanding and embracing the concept of flow, or Wu Wei, can be revolutionary. It's a shift from always pushing against the tide to learning how to swim with it. It's about realizing that sometimes the most effective way forward is to let go of the constant struggle and allow ourselves to be carried by our natural abilities and inclinations. In this video, we will explore the psychology behind the flow state, its benefits, and how it connects with the ancient wisdom of Wu Wei. We will delve into practical ways to cultivate this state in our daily lives, whether in our work, our creative endeavors, or even our leisure activities. We will also look at the common challenges in achieving this state and how to overcome them. Understanding and applying the principles of Wu Wei and the flow state can be a game changer in how we approach our lives. It's about finding balance, tapping into our innate potential, and ultimately, about a more fulfilling and productive way of living. So, let's embark on this journey together, exploring these ancient concepts through the lens of modern psychology, and uncover the secrets to unlocking our fullest potential. The concept of the flow state was brought into the spotlight by psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. He described it as a psychological state of complete absorption in what one is doing. Flow is characterized by a profound focus so intense that everything else seems to disappear. The outside world fades away, and all that remains is you and the task at hand. This state is not just about enjoyment, it's about reaching a pinnacle of performance and engagement. Flow is marked by several distinct characteristics. The first is intense and focused concentration on the present moment. In flow, distractions seem to dissolve, allowing for deep immersion in the task. There's a sense of ecstasy, of being outside everyday reality. Importantly, there's a sense of inner clarity, knowing what needs to be done and how well you are doing it. Time distortion is another hallmark. Hours can pass like minutes. Finally, the activity becomes intrinsically rewarding. The process itself is enjoyable, and the end goal becomes secondary. Entering a flow state can have numerous benefits. For mental health, it provides a sense of fulfillment and achievement. It reduces anxiety and brings a sense of calmness. In terms of productivity, flow maximizes efficiency and creativity. When in flow, people often find innovative solutions to problems and produce high-quality work. This state also enhances learning and skill development, as intense focus accelerates the absorption of new information. Stoicism and effortless action. Stoicism, an ancient Greek philosophy, is more relevant today than ever. It teaches the development of self-control and fortitude as a means to overcome destructive emotions. The philosophy asserts that virtue, such as wisdom, is happiness, and judgment should be based on behavior rather than words. That's why Stoics advocate for control over one's reactions to external events, something that's very much in our hands. Moving east, Wu Wei is a concept in Taoism that means non-action or effortless action. It doesn't advocate for inaction, but rather for action that does not involve struggle or excessive effort. Wu Wei is about aligning with the natural flow of life. This concept suggests that the best way to approach a task or problem is not through forceful action, but through a kind of intelligent spontaneity that comes from being in harmony with the universe. At first glance, Stoicism and Wu Wei might seem different, but they share a common thread: the emphasis on aligning with the natural flow of events. Both philosophies teach that resistance against the natural order of things is futile and leads to distress. In Stoicism, this is seen in the acceptance of events as they happen and focusing on what is within our control. In Wu Wei, it is about finding the path of least resistance and acting in accordance with the natural world. Both teach a form of detachment from outcomes, suggesting that the best way to live is in harmony with the way things are, rather than struggling against them. Stoicism provides practical tools for modern life. It teaches us to differentiate between what we can control and what we can't. In the context of flow, this means focusing our energy on our actions and attitudes, rather than external outcomes. This mindset is invaluable for entering the flow state, as it reduces the anxiety and pressure that come from focusing on results. Implementing Wu Wei in daily life means practicing non-action in action. It's about doing things effortlessly, in accordance with the natural rhythm of life. In practical terms, this might mean choosing to respond to situations as they arise with flexibility, rather than forcing solutions. The synergy between Stoicism and Wu Wei in achieving a flow state is striking. Both teach the importance of aligning action with natural processes. In flow, this alignment is achieved when the challenge of the task matches our skill level, creating an effortless momentum in our actions. One key aspect of achieving flow, as taught in both philosophies, is balancing challenge and skill. Tasks too easy for our skill level lead to boredom. Too hard, they lead to anxiety. Finding that sweet spot where challenge and skill meet is where flow lives. Both Stoicism and Wu Wei emphasize the importance of being adaptable and embracing change. In the context of flow, this means being open to new experiences and willing to adjust our approach as necessary. It's about being present in the moment and responding to the task at hand with full attention. Ultimately, the teachings of Stoicism and Wu Wei, along with the concept of flow, provide a powerful framework for self-improvement. They offer a way to navigate life with grace, efficiency, and a sense of fulfillment. By understanding and applying these principles, we can transform not just our work and creative endeavors, but our entire approach to life. How to achieve flow in daily life. 1. Setting clear goals. One of the first steps to achieving flow is setting clear, attainable goals. These goals give direction and structure to our activities, providing a roadmap to follow. When goals are specific, they give us a sense of purpose and a clear understanding of what we need to do, making it easier to immerse ourselves in the task at hand. 2. Choosing enjoyable tasks. Engagement in activities that inherently interest us can greatly enhance our ability to enter the flow state. When we are intrinsically motivated, the activity itself becomes rewarding. Choosing tasks that align with our passions or interests can make the process of achieving flow more natural and enjoyable. 3. Seeking challenges at the right level. The balance between the challenge of a task and our skill level is crucial. Activities that are too easy may lead to boredom, while overly challenging tasks can cause anxiety. The key is to find tasks that are challenging enough to engage us, but not so difficult that they are discouraging. 4. Creating an environment conducive to flow. Our environment plays a significant role in our ability to achieve flow. Minimizing distractions, creating a comfortable workspace, and ensuring we have the necessary tools and resources can all help facilitate a flow state. 5. Practicing mindfulness. Stoicism teaches the importance of being present in the moment. Practicing mindfulness, focusing on the present task without judgment, can help us engage more deeply with our work and increase our chances of entering a flow state. 6. The art of reflection. Regular reflection on our experiences and reactions can help us understand what conditions help us achieve flow. By being aware of these conditions, we can create them more frequently in our lives. 7. Acceptance. Accepting what we cannot change and focusing on what we can control is a core tenet of Stoicism. In the context of flow, this means accepting the task at hand and dedicating ourselves to it without resisting or wishing it were different. 8. Regular practice for personal development. Achieving flow is a skill that can be developed with practice. Regularly engaging in activities that foster flow can lead to improvements in focus, creativity, and overall well-being, contributing to personal growth and development. 9. Embracing continuous learning. In the pursuit of flow, continuous learning and skill development are essential. As our skills improve, we should seek out new challenges to maintain the balance necessary for flow. 10. Celebrating small wins. Recognizing and celebrating small achievements can boost our motivation and confidence, making it easier to enter flow states in the future. Achieving a flow state is not always a straightforward journey. One of the most significant barriers to entering this state is the presence of distractions. In our hyper-connected world, constant notifications, social media, and the general hustle and bustle of life can make it difficult to maintain the deep focus required for flow. Alongside distractions, stress is another major challenge. Stemming from personal, professional, or societal pressures, stress can hijack our mental state, making it hard to concentrate deeply on any task. Additionally, a lack of motivation can be a significant hurdle. When we are not intrinsically motivated or interested in what we are doing, entering a flow state becomes nearly impossible. To combat distractions, it's crucial to create an environment conducive to deep focus. This might mean turning off notifications, finding a quiet space, or establishing a specific time for deep work. Mindfulness practices can also be invaluable in honing our ability to focus and resist the pull of distractions. Managing stress is another vital aspect. Techniques such as meditation, exercise, or even engaging in hobbies can help alleviate stress, thereby making it easier to enter the flow state. Remember, a relaxed mind is more conducive to flow. As for motivation, aligning tasks with our interests or finding aspects of them that resonate with our passions can help. Sometimes it's about reframing the task to see it in a new light, finding meaning and purpose in what might otherwise seem mundane or challenging. However, there are several misconceptions about flow states and the concept of wu wei or effortless action that need addressing. The most common is the idea that they promote laziness or passivity. This couldn't be further from the truth. Flow and wu wei are about finding the most effective, natural way to accomplish tasks, not about avoiding them. Another misconception is that achieving flow should be easy. While flow is a state of effortless action, getting there often requires initial effort and discipline. The ease comes once you're fully engaged in the activity, and your skills align well with the challenge. Similarly, wu wei is often misunderstood as unplanned or spontaneous action. In reality, it's about actions that arise from a deep understanding and alignment with one's environment and context. It's not about recklessness, but about informed spontaneity. It's also a myth that one should be in a state of flow all the time. Flow is a peak state, not a constant one. It's neither practical nor desirable to be in flow at every moment. Life requires a balance of different states of consciousness. Regarding wu wei, it's often misinterpreted as doing nothing. In reality, wu wei is about the wisdom of knowing when to act and when not to. It's about effortless action that follows the natural rhythms and patterns of the world, not inaction. There's also a misconception that flow is only about productivity. While flow can lead to high productivity, its essence lies in the joy and fulfillment of the activity itself, not just the output. Lastly, the concept of effortless action is sometimes seen as lacking ethical consideration. However, both Stoicism and Eastern philosophies like Taoism place a strong emphasis on virtue and ethics. Effortless action is not about acting without moral consideration, but about finding the most harmonious and effective way to act within an ethical framework. Understanding and overcoming these challenges and misconceptions is part of the journey towards consistently achieving flow states and practicing effortless action. It's about cultivating the right mindset, skills, and environment to allow these states to arise naturally. By embracing these principles and addressing the common obstacles, we can unlock a more fulfilling and effective way of living and working, one that brings both joy and excellence to our endeavors. As we conclude, remember that the journey towards regularly experiencing flow states is deeply personal and ever-evolving. What works for one may not work for another, and that's perfectly okay. The key is to keep exploring, adjusting, and learning. Embrace the principles of Stoicism, practice mindfulness, and align your actions with your skills and interests. In the end, achieving flow is about finding harmony between your inner world and the tasks at hand. It's about embracing life with intention and mindfulness, leading to a richer, more productive, and fulfilling existence.